What happens when you eat 1 clove of garlic a day for 7 days? Not what you think. Have you ever noticed how sometimes the simplest things can have the biggest impact on our health? Not some expensive supplement or complicated routine, but something so small and humble. You might already have it sitting in your kitchen right now. Garlic, that little clove you might throw into your soup or stir fry, could actually be one of the most powerful things you add to your life. And today, I want to share with you what happens when you eat just 1 clove of garlic every single day for 7 days. I'll warn you, now it's not what most people expect. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Garlic, really? Isn't that just for flavor? Or maybe to scare off vampires? But here's the truth. Garlic has been used for centuries, not just as food, but as medicine. Ancient civilizations, from the Egyptians to the Greeks, swore by it. And modern science is now proving that they may have been onto something. For those of us over 60, when our bodies don't bounce back the way they used to, garlic might just be a quiet game changer. Let's set the stage. Picture this. You wake up in the morning, and you already feel sluggish. Your joints are stiff. Your energy feels low. Maybe your digestion isn't what it used to be. These little nagging issues can add up, and they make everyday life harder than it needs to be. Imagine if something as simple as a clove of garlic a day could start to ease some of that burden, naturally and gently, without needing to rely on yet another pill bottle. Sounds almost too good to be true, doesn't it? But here's where the story gets interesting. The first thing most people notice after a few days of daily garlic is a surprising boost in their energy levels. Not the jittery, artificial kind of energy you might get from caffeine, but a steady, more natural kind. Garlic helps improve blood circulation by relaxing and opening up your blood vessels. Better circulation means more oxygen and nutrients are delivered to every part of your body, your muscles, your brain, even your heart. And when your cells are properly fed and fueled, you simply feel more alive. That morning sluggishness begins to fade, and you may even find yourself moving more easily, with less resistance from your own body. Now, here's something you probably didn't expect. Garlic doesn't just work on the inside, it also shows up on the outside. After several days, some people notice that their skin looks a little clearer, maybe even a bit brighter. This is because garlic is packed with antioxidants, those little warriors that fight the damage caused by free radicals. Over time, free radical damage contributes to aging, wrinkles, dullness, and even more serious problems like inflammation in your joints or organs. Garlic helps put up a shield against that kind of damage, almost like giving your body an extra layer of protection. So while you might just be thinking about your heart, garlic is quietly working to slow down the visible signs of aging too. But let's not forget one of the biggest struggles many people face after 60: blood pressure. High blood pressure is called the silent killer for a reason. You don't feel it creeping up, but it puts enormous strain on your heart and blood vessels. Here's where garlic really shines. Studies show that garlic naturally helps bring blood pressure down by supporting the flexibility of your arteries and reducing tension in the blood vessels. Eating 1 clove a day isn't going to replace your doctor's advice or medications, but it can be an incredibly helpful ally in keeping that blood pressure in check. And when your heart doesn't have to work so hard, you feel the difference in your stamina, your breathing, and even your mood. What surprises most people is how quickly these little shifts can be felt. Within just a week, some notice they're breathing easier when climbing stairs, or that they don't get as winded during a walk. It's like someone turned the dial down on the pressure inside their body, and suddenly there's more room to breathe and move. That's not magic, it's garlic doing its work on the cardiovascular system, slowly and steadily. And of course, we can't ignore the elephant in the room. Yes, garlic has a strong smell. Some people shy away from it because they don't want to carry that odor with them. But here's the thing. When you weigh the temporary smell against the lasting benefits to your heart, energy, and overall vitality, it becomes a pretty small price to pay. Plus, there are simple tricks to cut down on the odor, like chewing parsley or drinking lemon water afterward. A little adjustment for a huge return on your health. So, in just these first few days, garlic is already beginning to touch on your circulation, your energy, your skin, and your heart health. And the truth is, these are only the beginning of what this little clove can do when it becomes part of your daily life. As you keep up with eating 1 clove of garlic each day, something remarkable begins to happen inside your body that most people never even think about. It isn't just about your heart or your energy anymore. Garlic begins to affect the very foundation of your health, your immune system. By the time you've been doing this for several days, garlic's natural compounds, especially something called allicin, start to build up in your system. Think of allicin as nature's shield. It's antibacterial, antiviral, and even antifungal, which means it helps your body fight off the very things that tend to knock us down more often as we get older. You know, those annoying seasonal colds that seem to linger longer than they used to, or that nagging cough that just won't quit. Garlic doesn't guarantee you'll never get sick again, but it does give your body a stronger line of defense. Many people notice that if they do catch a bug, it doesn't hit them quite as hard, and they bounce back a little faster. That's garlic quietly doing its job behind the scenes. And it's not only about fighting colds. Your gut, which plays a huge role in how strong your immune system is, also begins to benefit. Garlic works almost like a natural prebiotic kit, feeds the good bacteria in your gut, while helping push out the harmful ones. A healthier gut means better digestion, fewer bloating issues, and in many cases, a calmer stomach overall. You might even notice your trips to the bathroom become a little more regular. And let's be honest, that's something all of us appreciate more as the years go by. Now, here's where things get even more surprising. Around the 4th or 5th day, many people start noticing small but real changes in how they feel mentally. Garlic is rich in compounds that support brain health by reducing inflammation and improving circulation to the brain. More blood flow to the brain means more oxygen and nutrients, and that can make a huge difference in how sharp and alert you feel. Have you ever walked into a room and completely forgotten why you went in there? Or struggled to find the right word in the middle of a conversation? While those little slips are normal with age, garlic seems to give the brain a bit of a tune-up. People often report feeling a little clearer, like the mental fog starts to lift. It's subtle, but over time, those little differences add up to better focus, memory, and confidence in your thinking. Something else that's worth mentioning, garlic has a surprising impact on joint health. Inflammation is one of the main reasons joints ache, swell, or stiffen as we get older. Garlic has natural anti-inflammatory properties that work a bit like nature's pain reliever. Now, this doesn't mean garlic is going to erase arthritis overnight, but many people find that over the course of a week, their stiffness feels a little less intense. Maybe it's easier to bend down and tie your shoes, or maybe those morning walks don't leave your knees quite as sore as before. It's just these little moments of relief that make the habit of 1 clove a day worth sticking to. And let's not forget something that most people never connect to garlic at all: sleep. Believe it or not, eating garlic daily may actually help you sleep better. Garlic contains compounds that support the production of serotonin, which is a brain chemical that helps regulate sleep and mood. Better serotonin during the day translates into more restful, deeper sleep at night. For someone who's been tossing and turning, waking up multiple times, or feeling like they never quite get enough rest, this can be life-changing. A good night's sleep dose in tea just make you feel better in the morning. It affects your blood pressure, your memory, your mood, even your appetite. Garlic, in its quiet way, plays a role in making that cycle smoother. The best part about all of this is that these benefits aren't dramatic or overwhelming. They sneak up on you, like a gentle shift you didn't even realize was happening until one day you notice you moving with less pain, thinking with more clarity, or waking up with more energy than you've had in months. That's the beauty of it. It's not a quick fix, but a steady, natural boost that comes from sticking with something simple and consistent. Of course, as with anything, garlic isn't a miracle cure. It works best when it's part of a healthy lifestyle: balanced meals, regular movement, staying hydrated, all the basics we know, but sometimes forget. But the difference here is that garlic gives your body a little extra support in nearly every system: your heart, your immune defense, your brain, your joints, even your sleep. For one small clove, that's a lot of power packed into a tiny package. As the days go by and you reach the end of a full week with your 1 clove of garlic each day, something starts to click. You begin to notice small but undeniable shifts in how you feel overall. It's not just your heart working more smoothly, your digestion calming down, or your joints moving with a little more ease. The way everything seems to work together. Garlic, in its own quiet way, has a ripple effect. One benefit supports another, and before you know it, your whole body feels like it's operating on a different level. One of the most surprising changes people report after a week is in their skin, because garlic improves circulation and helps the body flush out toxins. Some notice that their skin looks a little brighter, clearer, or less dull. For others, it's about feeling more comfortable in their own skin, especially if they've struggled with dryness or irritation. It's not about looking decades younger overnight, but rather about feeling fresher and healthier in the body you're in right now. And at this stage of life, that confidence is worth a lot. Another fascinating shift comes in your sense of energy. Earlier, we talked about garlic helping your blood flow and your brain feels sharper. After 7 days, many people feel that steady kind of energy that doesn't spike and crash like caffeine. Instead, it's more like a quiet, reliable current carrying you through the day. You might find you don't need that afternoon nap quite as badly, or you recover a little quicker after doing chores or going for a walk. That kind of sustained energy is what keeps you doing the things you love, whether it's gardening, playing with grandkids, or simply enjoying time with friends. There's also something garlic does that's harder to measure but easy to feel. It boosts your sense of resilience. You may not notice it right away, but as your immune system gets stronger, your inflammation lowers, and your sleep improves. You wake up each day feeling just a little more capable. Life's aches and frustrations don't weigh you down as heavily. You move through your day with a bit more confidence, and that in itself is a gift. Now, let's be real for a moment. Eating garlic every day does come with one challenge, and you probably guessed it already. Yes, the smell. For some, the odor on the breath or even through the skin can feel a little strong. But here's the good news. There are simple tricks to minimize it. Chewing on fresh parsley, mint, or even a slice of apple can help freshen your breath. Drinking lemon water can also tone it down. And if the raw clove feels too harsh, lightly roasting it or chopping it into your meals works just as well. The benefits don't disappear just because you didn't eat it raw. The key is consistency, not perfection. What really matters is the bigger picture. You've committed to one small daily habit, and in just 7 days, your body is already responding. Imagine what happens if you keep going for weeks or even months. Your heart stays supported, your immune system remains strong, your joints stay looser, and your mind stays clearer. These small, consistent actions build a foundation for better health not just now, but in the years ahead. And that's the real takeaway here. It's not about quick fixes or miracle cures. It's about giving your body the natural support it needs to do what it was designed to do: heal, protect, and thrive. Garlic just happens to be one of those rare foods that touches almost every part of your health in some way, and it asks for so little in return. So if you've been wondering whether a single clove of garlic a day is worth it, the answer is yes. Not because it makes you invincible, but because it makes you stronger, steadier, and more in control of how you feel each day. And at this stage in life, that's the kind of change that matters most. If you've ever tried this yourself, or if you're curious to give it a shot, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Share your experiences down in the comments. I guarantee you'll inspire someone else to start their own 7-day garlic journey. And if you found this video helpful, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more simple, natural ways to take care of your health. Remember, small habits can lead to big results. Sometimes it's not the complicated routines or expensive treatments, but the little things, like one humble clove of garlic, that can truly make the difference. Here's to feeling stronger, living longer, and enjoying every day to the fullest.